Today's video is brought to you by Beautiful Halo. Thank you so much for sponsoring me, first of all. And if you guys would like some good quality anime merch, you can go to Beautiful Halo, link in the description below. And on your next $49 plus order, you can get 5% off with the code MEME. And if it's $99 plus, you can get 10% off with the same code MEME. MEME. Anywho, roll the intro. Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is why Naruto was raised by Akame Part 2. There is no recap here. If you want to go watch last part, you can go. And it's my latest video before this, or it's the video before this, so you can just go to my channel. And one more thing I want to mention is that there are at least audience overview, sorry, there are 47.9% of you who are not subscribed yet. So if you would like to support the channel, go drop a sub up there, and turn on the bell notifications, and yeah, we shall get into it. Anywho, we begin the wave by Team 7 now going to the land of waves with Tazuna. The next morning they wake up and they meet up. Of course, they leave early. Akame wishes luck to both Kakashi and Naruto. And now Team 7 meets up with Tazuna and they start heading off. Of course, this mission was going to be a bit more harder than other missions, since it is a C rank mission, not a D rank mission like usual, since they usually do D ranked missions. Team 7 now is on their first ever C rank mission. Anywho, now Team 7 of course is walking to the land of waves, and of course Naruto notices a puddle in the way. Naruto has been training for pretty much the whole entire month, this month, especially with Saki. Both Naruto and Saki notice the puddle, and of course they get ready for the worst. Of course they don't know what's coming, and so they're both on guard. Of course Sasuke noticed it too, since he did train for the whole entire month as well, but on his own. But anywho, of course, as soon as the two demon brothers came out, but all three of them, Kakashi didn't even get a chance to fake his death like in the original. All three of them attacked, and Sasuke stepped on both of their heads, and then Naruto came in with a kunai to both of their legs, so they couldn't move anymore, and Naruto added some lightning release to it to actually paralyze them. And now Saki came in with a fireball jutsu to actually put them out of this fight. And now that they're out of the fight, Kakashi begins interrogating them and asking them who they're here for. And they say that they're here for Tazuna, and they ask who sent them. He asks who sent them, and he says that Gato sent. Well, they say Gato sent them to get the bridge builder's head and the return. But of course now Kakashi asks Tazuna if he lied about the mission, and Tazuna really had no other choice to tell the truth, because he did lie about the mission. This is no C rank mission, this is at least a B rank mission at the very least. Anywho, of course Kakashi does tell his team that they will be returning to the village, and Naruto is kind of bummed out, and he says, why should we? We're more than strong enough to take on Chunin level ninjas, so there's no need to return. And then even Sasuke complains about it, and Saki joins the bandwagon. But anywho, now of course after this Team 7 in the end convince Kakashi to actually go on the mission, and Kakashi is kind of worried for his team, because they are just getting in, and they're not ready for B rank missions. Of course, it's a lot of pressure on them now that they found out that it's an even higher ranked mission than what it initially was. But anywho, of course they persevere, and Naruto here isn't too scared. In fact, he's really confident about this mission. He believes that Kakashi is more than strong enough to carry them in case they can't really do much against the uh, higher ranked missions. Kakashi is one of the most feared ninjas in the five great nations, since he is known to be the guy that fucking masters 1,000 jutsus, has the Sharingan, and has mastery over it, and he's not even a Uchiha himself. So there are some people who wouldn't even mess with him. They would just fly. I mean flee. They wouldn't even try against him. But anyway, of course, now and just saying, Kakashi is sardine level. Well, of course, since he Tsunade was compared, well, her power skill, she was power skill to be close to Kabuto's power, and Kakashi was apparently the same power. But anyway, now they continue the mission, and after crossing a lake, Team 7 gets surrounded by a thick fog, and of course they were confused, but then Naruto told all of them to duck, and Kakashi noticed it too. But anywho, once Team 7 ducks, and a sword comes flying upon them, well, of course it just goes over them. Still, Team 7 was completely startled by this, and they were like, what the hell? And now Team 7 actually was kind of scared, except for Kakashi. But of course, once Zabuza revealed himself, Kakashi told his team not to get him, not to engage. Well, he told them not to engage because Zabuza is a higher ranked shinobi, even higher than Chunin. He's the highest rank a person can go, unless he's a Hokage, and he's a Jonin. And Genin should not verse Jonins, because Jonins have a skill that Genins cannot get at this point. But anyway, of course, Zabuza, since he's a Jonin, Team 7 cannot engage, and they do not, because Sasuke wants to, Naruto wants to, but Saki doesn't really want to. She doesn't really have that much self-esteem. But anyway, now that Kakashi and Zabuza begin their fight, it goes pretty much the same, just that here Kakashi done a lot more against Zabuza, since he did train with both Akame and who's a master swordsman, well, swordswoman, and Akame and Naruto, who's a master swordsman now. But anyway, of course, after this, Kakashi has some experience against swordsmen, and samurai, and samurais are pretty freaking OP. Well, I wouldn't say OP in the Naruto verse, but in the One Piece verse, they are known to be pretty feared. But anywho, well, not in One Piece. Anyways, of course, Team 7 just watches the fight, and they were really impressed by both of the two Jonin, and in the end, Kakashi still slips up the last second, right before winning the fight completely. But of course, Team 7 is ready for this. Well, Naruto's ready for this, and he tells his team that they'll have to work together, and so he tells them that he'll distract him, and they'll have to help Kakashi get out of the water prison. And of course, now Naruto actually uses his lightning cloak. Well, it's not really a lightning cloak, but of course he increases his physical abilities with lightning, and he's much faster now, you know what I mean. And in the end, he was able to blitz Zabuza, but Zabuza was able to stop Naruto's kick with his executioner's blade. And now of course Naruto was completely baffled on how Zabuza saw this coming. But even though Naruto is fast, and with his lightning speed, Zabuza was still able to see this, and this just shows Naruto how strong Jonin really are. He can't compare right now, and he needs to get way stronger for to even stand up to a Jonin, to even put up a fight against one. But anywho, now Naruto, who distracted Zabuza, the two siblings, the two Chihas come out of nowhere, and they both of them do a fireball jutsu, which then Zabuza has to jump over because if he doesn't, he'll get scorched and maybe even die. He doesn't know, so he just jumps over it, and Naruto comes in and tries to slice him with his katana, and Zabuza was able to stop this too. But Naruto then adds lightning release to his katana to make his katana literal lightning, and Zabuza was completely baffled on how Naruto did this, at such young age. Of course, he could do it too. He could add any release that he has on it, but he's confused on how Naruto, such, a kid like Naruto knows how to do this, and, of course, Naruto just says he shouldn't underestimate me. And of course, now, Zabuza just laughs and says, well, I guess I did, and I regret it. And of course, Naruto then actually, teleports behind, well, not teleports, body flickers behind Zabuza and kicks him in the, in his spine. And Zabuza kind of goes, into the ground, but he stands up. And then, out of nowhere, from the smoke, Kakashi came in with his cloak. I'm joking, but anyway, of course, Kakashi comes in with the lightning, with the Chidori, but right before he could hit Zabuza gets hit by 3 Senbone, and then he falls to the ground, and Kakashi checks if he's dead, and somehow he is, and that's not true. Haku hit him in in specific places to make it seem like he's dead, but of course he's not. Anywho, now after this, Naruto, Kakashi sees Haku, since Haku just jumps off from a tree, and he tells them, he makes the same excuse up as in the original, and Team 7 actually buys it, and Kakashi is just too tired, and he knows that this is fake, but he if Zabuza's subordinate are just as strong as him, Team 7 won't stand much of a chance, especially because this one is fully recovered, and he's not ready for another fight, and so he lets it go for this once, and they go to Tazuna's place. Tazuna told them to come to his place. Anywho, now, sorry, I just had to stop the recording. I needed to wake up my sister. She needs to go work. And anywho, now Team 7 arrives at Tazuna's place, and of course Kakashi, a few hours later, once he's actually woken up, he tells Team 7 that they need to train, and Team 7's training a mission. What do you mean? And he tells them that Zabuza's not dead, and Naruto then says, well, he did look like it. What do you mean by that? He's not dead. And then Kakashi tells him that Anbu do not work like that. They don't take the body back to the village to inspect it, because it's dangerous. It can, if the body has some kind of ticking time bomb after the then shinobi dies, they wouldn't take it back to the village. It can just cause commotion. So the Anbu just check it on the spot. Since he's been in the Anbu, he knows how the Anbu work. He believes that's the problem, and no Anbu would risk the safety of its village for some info from a shinobi. They would do it on the spot, just to be sure of it. Anyway, of course, now Team 7 understands, and the next morning, they begin their training. Of course, Naruto's still here, sees Inari, and Inari does still do the same things, and Naruto, just talking to him, saying that basically Naruto had no one at first, and he met someone who started taking care of him, and he should be grateful. He's grateful for the person that takes care of him, and Inari should be grateful that he still has his grandfather and his mother. Anywho, now after this, Naruto actually begins training with Kakashi, but of course Kakashi tells Naruto that he really doesn't need to, and because this is just tree and water walking, and Naruto then says, oh, alright, I'll be there then. And now of course Team 7 trains without Naruto, but then Saki, who didn't tell them that she knew how to do this, she just fakes that she didn't know, and she does it quickly, and now this motivates Sasuke to a point that he just can't wait anymore to he doesn't want to be left behind anymore. And so now Naruto and Saki begin their little sparring session, and Naruto tells Saki that she needs to get faster and she needs to go even faster, because in a fight she can't go this slow, especially against Chunin and Jonin. Anywho, of course, Sasuke is faster than Saki, even though she's trained with Naruto for a month. Of course, Sasuke always was faster than Saki because of, his his intense training. But anywho, Naruto and Saki train intensely for the next 4 hours, and then Saki begins to get tired, and Naruto tells her to go home while Naruto trains on his own. Anywho, now Naruto continues his intense training without Saki. Now he doesn't have to hold anything back, and so he closes his eyes and then opens them again to sorry, what was that noise? My neck, my throat. I was about to say something sus. Anywho, of course, now that he opened his eyes actually glow in a different blue. It's more like a glowy blue, and it's already dark. And Saki came back home, and she tells Kakashi that Naruto's training, and Naruto now, Kakashi now understands, why Naruto stayed back, because now he doesn't have to hold anything back, since he's training on his own, and he understands because Naruto is way too strong for Saki, and he's pretty much up there with Jonins right now. If he really try, I'm joking. Up there with high tier Chunins. Of course, Jonins are just on a higher tier from Naruto, and Kakashi knows that. Naruto knows that, and that's why he's training. Anywho, now Kakashi allows it since he trusts Naruto, and anywho, Naruto, who's training on his own now, he actually makes a shadow clone of himself, and this shadow clone Naruto actually created with a lot of chakra, which he actually shared his chakra, and now it was going to be a pretty hard fight. The shadow clone knew not to hold back anything, and if Naruto gets if the original gets hurt enough, technically the clone would disappear, so he doesn't really care what he can do to Naruto, of course not to kill him in the end. But anywho, now since they're equally they're equals basically in strength, they'll just have to get stronger than each other, but anyway, they'll still get the experience. Of course, Naruto lets out so much of his power that he gives off a blue light from afar, and Saki saw it, and she realized that she can feel the immense amount of pressure coming from there, and Sasuke returned from his tree walking training too, and he asks what this power is, and then Sasuke just says, I think that's Naruto, and Sasuke's like, yo, what? You good, bro? Naruto, are you dumb? He is weaker than me, and Sasuke's like, oh, you're always like this, you don't understand. Anywho, of course now Naruto, who is training against his clone. The clone actually is doing pretty well against Naruto, since it's equally matched in power. But anyways, now of course Naruto doesn't have any mercy against his clone, and in the end was able to after a hard long hour fight against his clone, they were running low on chakra, both of them, and in the end they were able Naruto was able to push it one last time and push himself so far that he doubled in strength in that one moment, and he let out such strong power that a lightning bolt, well, not a lightning bolt, lightning clouds, lightning clouds, no, I was about to say bolt again. Lightning clouds came from appeared in the sky, and Naruto was giving off so much strength and power and chakra that the sky could feel it. And so now Naruto, who just went all out, no mercy, against his clone. The clone was confused on how Naruto was so strong as well, since they were meant to be equally matched. What happened there? And even Naruto was confused at how much power he's putting out, and he's like, how do I have such power? And in the end he was able to cut down his clone easily, and then actually loses out and passes out. Anywho, Naruto hours later, Kakashi was searching for him at this point, and he actually met Haku, who was actually curing him, kinda, bandaging his wounds up, and asked what happened here. Naruto said that he trained a bit too hard, and Haku's like, you must be really determined to become strong if you're training your body this hard, and you're pushing this far. Anywho, now you're pushing yourself this far, not you're pushing this far. But anywho, of course, now Naruto, who well, sorry. Of course, now Naruto and the Haku, socialized a bit, and Haku and Naruto got to know each other. And Haku still gives Naruto that little speech-like thing about having a precious one, and if you have a precious one, you'll just get stronger and stronger over time. Anywho, of course, Naruto takes that to heart, and he does have a precious two precious ones, well, multiple ones now. His teammates, his mom, his dad, and anywho, he wants to get stronger to protect all of them. He doesn't care if he doesn't become Hokage one day, as long as you can do it. Anywho, as long as you can protect them, he doesn't care. Anyways, Naruto, of course, then gets found by Kakashi, and then and Haku says, "All right, I'll see you then." And Kakashi asks who that was, and Naruto says that he was the one to heal him, and Kakashi's like, "He? Are you sure?" And Naruto's like, "Yes, it's a he. If you didn't notice." Of course, here Naruto does notice because he's not a simp, like in the original. But anyways, now. After this, Naruto returned to the Tasuna's home, and the next day, went pretty much the same, with Naruto going all out. But this time, he was able to withstand his own, new power, and this is something that Naruto has found out that he can do in, dire situations, something that he just lets out of nowhere, without even noticing, pretty much. But anyway, now, of course, after a while, Naruto has mastered this new strength, to use lightning to his advantage, to increase everything that he has: strength, speed, reaction time, and everything. It's a bit like his new form, just that it doesn't drain your it's basically KCM, but a bit weaker, well, a lot weaker, to be honest. KCM gives you just so much of a boost that it's unimaginable for any ninja to have. But anywho, now, of course, Naruto, who has been training on his own for a while now, understands that he actually needs to get even stronger than this, because right now, with his final form, or not final form, dire situation chakra, or when he goes all out and doesn't have anything else left, he's still weaker than Kakashi, and he's a bit stronger than Zabuza from our perspective. Naruto doesn't know that yet, but of course he thinks he's still weaker than all of them, both Kakashi and him. But of course, Naruto, using that power, just gets up, there with Kakashi. Maybe not Guy, because Guy is a lot stronger than Kakashi, of course. Not in, like, unless he's 8th gate. Of course, 7th gate Kakashi, 7th gate Kakashi, 7th gate Guy is a lot stronger than, not too stronger than Kakashi, just a bit stronger than Kakashi. Of course, Kakashi can still keep up, a bit, but of course, that doesn't really matter. Anywho, now, of course, after this, Kakashi actually starts his, last training lesson with Team 7, and Sasuke has learned both Tree and Walk to Walk in as well. And this time, Sasuke, who's actually been training with Naruto for the past however many days now. Anyways, of course, Naruto and Sasuke, who now have become kind of equals when they fight, but of course Naruto is suppressed, but once he actually starts trying just a little bit, he's leagues ahead of Sasuke. Sasuke is left a bit back behind, but of course Naruto tells Kakashi to teach him the Chidori, and Kakashi's, "Are you sure?" And Naruto says they do both have the 2-to-1 Sharingan, so it should be they should be strong enough, and you could teach Sasuke that too if you could, and and that is because Sasuke does have lightning release, and of course they begin, Kakashi begins the training with Sasuke and Sasuke. Of course, they go pretty far on the first day. They don't master it, but they get close to mastering it. Not close to it, but they get ahead of Sasuke from when Sasuke was training in the Chidori on his own. Anywho, now, anywho, after this, Team 7 actually goes off after a week, and then Zabuza still appears again, and he tells them that this time they're all going to die. Zabuza still being pretty injured from his last fight, not being fully recovered yet. And Haku has told Zabuza not to go on this mission right now, because he's injured and he's not ready for it yet. But anyway, Zabuza doesn't care, and he just wants to kill them all. But anywho, of course, now, of course, the fight restarted with Kakashi and Zabuza, and that was going on pretty much kind of the same, while both not well, since Naruto already knows that he could take on Haku. Both the two Uchiha siblings in the end take Haku on. Naruto says to them that he'll take care of Zabuza, and they should go and get his ass and destroy him. Of course, they both now they both teleport. Well, not teleport. Body flicker, and they both try and kill him. Well, fight him at the same time together. But anywho, of course, both Sasuke and Saki aren't that experienced, especially since all they've been doing for the past month was literally just training, or fights against cats, to go and capture cats, lost cats. But anywho, now Naruto, of course, who is pretty much just watching the fight at this point, and of course he's watching it, and he's being entertained. But anyways, of course, now Naruto and Tazuna were talking about how these two have improved. Since Tazuna has seen that they were pretty strong, in the at the beginning, but now they're just way stronger, like so much stronger than before. And in the end, Haku has to use the ice mirrors, which Naruto wasn't expecting, and and now he's worried. Anyways, of course, the two Uchihas now get annihilated. Even with their fire release, they can't melt the ice mirrors, and Naruto now is really getting worried, and they both get sunburned near to death, and this pisses off Naruto, and then basically Naruto makes a clone, which then stays back, and Naruto now has the nine toes is eyes, and he's like, I won't have any mercy upon you. And of course, Naruto is truly pissed. He's royally pissed. But anyhow, of course, now Naruto begins the fight against Zabuza, Haku, and actually breaks through one of the ice mirrors, destroying the two ice mirrors. And now Naruto, being pretty freaking pissed, he's about to destroy Haku, and Haku is really not ready for what's about to come to him. But anywho, now Naruto, Haku was already tired from the fight against the two Uchihas, and had no more chakra, well, near enough no chakra left. But Naruto just looks at Haku with a look in his eyes, which no one has pretty much seen. But anywho, now Naruto blitzes Haku, and just destroys his mask easily. And now Naruto just looks at Haku one more time, and recognizes him with his his nine toes eyes, and says, Haku, why? And now Haku says, I'm sorry, but my loved one is Zabuza. And now Naruto was pretty saddened by this, and he's like, but why, Haku, why? And now Haku just says that, you see, he goes to his backstory, and it's pretty sad. Of course, Haku went through so much pain, and Naruto had an idea, and he's like, how about I help you out too? And so basically, Kakashi was about to kill Zabuza with a Chidori, and Haku was about to go, but Naruto was way fast, and with his lightning release, he actually stopped Kakashi, and Naruto was laying out so much lightning, he looked a bit like Killua, but Naruto said, "Wait, Kakashi, please." No, well, not Kakashi, that father, please. Anywho, of course, Naruto tells Zabuza to come back to the village with them, and Zabuza says, "Are you crazy? Do you really think I want to go back to the village to the village that the people I'm trying to kill are from?" Then Naruto just says, "Sharp, do you not see how much you've hurt on Haku over these years? Haku would much rather have a peaceful life than killing every single day like you. Do you not understand? If you like killing so much, you can go join something else. You can even join the army if you want. After all, you are pretty strong, and you are Zabuza the silent killer." Anywho, of course, Zabuza, then, Naruto, then Taka no Jutsu's Zabuza's thinking about it, but then, Gato arrives, and anywho, of course, after this, Gato explains that, he just wanted them to die, he wasn't going to pay them anyways, and anywho, of course, both Haku and Zabuza get pissed off, and so they attack Gato, about to kill him. But of course, they're both pretty freaking injured. Anywho, of course, since they're both injured, they are losing the fight because there are a lot of men against both of them, and both Zabuza and Haku are about to get killed until Naruto and Kakashi arrive. Naruto with his katana, the one that Akame gave, and Kakashi just kicking the life out of Gato's men. Well, that was the one that was about to kill Zabuza and Haku. Both of them, helping Zabuza and Haku, and Zabuza saw that they are willing to help them, and so he kind of got a sense of trust in them, and then basically Naruto just let out a massive a water shockwave, and basically Kakashi understood what was about to go down, and so he took both Zabuza and Haku. Anywho, of course, now all four of them together, they annihilate the Gato's men, and in the end Gato gets killed, and both Saki and Sasuke wake up, while all four of them are fighting together, and they're confused on why four people, Zabuza, especially Zabuza and that Haku. They don't know who Haku is, but of course they realize who that is, since he's wearing the same exact clothes, and he's not wearing the mask. Anywho, after this, the two Uchihas, Saki and Sasuke, asks, what the hell happened, and both Naruto and Kakashi now explain, and it's kind of confusing for them, but of course both Kakashi and Naruto explain it in detail, and Naruto explains that he's met Haku during his training, and on the first day of training, and he became friends with him, and Haku was willing to give his life up for Zabuza, and Zabuza was pretty much addicted to him, but he, of course, now he's changed, and they will be returning to the village with them, and at first both Saki and Sasuke were kind of skeptical, but they trusted in Naruto and Kakashi, and so they just went with it. Anywho, after this, Naruto and Sasuke Saki and Sasuke ask Kakashi if he can finish the training of the Chidori, and of course Kakashi says that he will. They'll just have to wait a bit, because they gotta return to the village first, and they have to give the report to the Hokage and everything. Anywho, of course, now they return to the village, and of course Kakashi has to talk to the Hokage about this, and he tells them, well, of course Naruto and Kakashi tell the Hokage about Zabuza and Haku, and how they are good people and they can help out the village in many ways. For example, military power and everything, especially because they are kind of low on that, since after the attack on the village 12 years ago, because of the Nine Tails. And something I forgot to mention is that Naruto does know about the Nine Tails being inside of him, and since Kakashi and Akame didn't want to keep it a secret from Naruto anymore, since he deserved to know the truth, since it is his body. But anywho, now Naruto and Saki, Naruto and Sasuke. Anywho, after this, Naruto runs home with the Kakashi, and they get greeted by their beautiful, you know, Naruto's mom and Kakashi's wife. You know who I mean, Akame. Akame hasn't been in her world in however many years now. Like, let me do the maths real quick. 4 plus 8 equals 12, so technically 8 years. You know what I mean. And now she's 16 plus 8 equals to 24. Yeah, you see, big brain, not big maths, big brain. You see what I mean? I don't do math, I do maths. Anywho, now of course after this, they just talk to each other, and then Naruto asks if he's going to train both Saki and Sasuke after this. Kakashi then says, yeah, I will, and tomorrow there's a big announcement, of course. And basically, when Naruto actually walked out with Zabuza and Haku, Kakashi was told about the Chunin exams. And so here Kakashi is more bothered than in the original, since his son needs to train for this, and he wants Naruto to become a Chunin, since he already has skills above some Chunins, and even some newly awarded Jonin. And if Haku and Zabuza are both Jonin, and Naruto with a bit of trouble is able to beat them, yeah, that is Jonin level, or at least Chunin. Anywho, of course, the next morning, Team 7 gathers, and they get told about the Chunin exams, and basically Naruto's ecstatic about it. And Kakashi says that both Saki and Sasuke are going to come with him to train to master the Chidori. Of course, Saki then actually declines and says she'd rather train with Naruto for now, and she's going to train for the Chidori later on. And basically Naruto's like, are you sure about this? And basically then Tsuki's like, yeah, I'd rather train with you. And basically Kakashi's like, alright then, you can go on, I'll take Sasuke, you come with me. And Kakashi just looks at Naruto and winks, and basically Naruto's like, wait, what? Nah, bro, it's not like that, please allow it. And you know what I mean. Anywho, and after this, Saki, did I say Tsuki? I'm a fucking retard, fam. Anywho, after this, Naruto and Saki begin their training, and Naruto has no mercy. And of course, 2 weeks go flying. Naruto and Saki have trained, especially in taijutsu, because Naruto is literally a taijutsu specialist here, since that's pretty much all he did, other than swordsmanship, before Kakashi started training him. And well, of course, Kakashi trained him in taijutsu too, and Kakashi's taijutsu is pretty much on point, exquisite, brilliant, marvelous, all them English words. Anywho, of course, 2 weeks pass. Sasuke has mastered the Chidori. He has the 3 Tomoe Sharingan by now, because of the amount of training he did. Even Saki has the 3 Tomoe Sharingan. But anyways, after this, of course, the Chunin exam begin. The Chunin exam begins, and first test Naruto passes easily, because he is Kakashi's son, and Kakashi has taught him a lot. And even though he doesn't have the brains, he had to work hard for them. Anywho, Team 7 passes easily in the first exam. Sasuke with a bit of trouble, but Saki passing easily, even scoring top scores, even beating anyone else's score without even cheating. Team 7 didn't need to cheat, and basically in the end they passed. Saki even beating Mina to score. That's how much of a prodigy she is. She's like a generational prodigy, or generational genius. But anywho, of course, after this, Naruto and Team 7 get ready for the next part of the exam, which is the Forest of Death part. Anywho, of course, here Naruto still goes to do his business, since he believes that his team is more than strong enough to handle this on their own. He goes off to take a little number one. Anywho, after this, Naruto comes back to see that Saki's on the floor, Sasuke's on the floor, while this one guy is just looking at them, or girl, but of course it's Orochimaru. They both had the mark on their neck, and basically Naruto's like, what happened there? And basically, Orochimaru just says, "Oh, so you must be the other teammate. I guess you ran before I could even see you." And basically Naruto's like, "What did you do to them?" And basically, of course, he's getting pissed off. And Orochimaru's like, "How about you come and see for yourself?" And Naruto's like, "With pleasure." And of course, as he says that, Naruto already blitzes Orochimaru, and Orochimaru was not expecting such speed from Naruto, and Naruto literally kicks him so hard. Literally, it's a bit like what Goku did to Frieza in Namek. How Goku shat on Frieza, literally kicking him around, literally like that. And then Orochimaru's like, "What the?" And basically after this, Naruto, having no mercy, actually looking a bit like Sung Jinwoo, coming in with his punches in that. But of course, he punches Orochimaru so hard, his ribs are starting to break. But then Orochimaru's like, "That's enough." And as he says that, he actually takes the upper hand and literally punches Naruto so hard Naruto goes flying. Then Orochimaru does a massive fireball jutsu, and Naruto counters that up with the water wall, literally slams his feet, not slams his feet, stomps on the ground, then a water wall comes from the ground. Anywho, after this, Naruto blitzes Orochimaru one more time, and Orochimaru's like, "What the?" And basically then Naruto gets out his katana, the one his mother, his beautiful mother, beautiful Akame. Definitely not a simp. I'm not a simp. I am not a simp. I'm an ultra simp. Anywho, now Naruto cuts Orochimaru's chest, and Orochimaru blood gushes out. Basically he tries to stab Naruto with a kunai. Naruto then literally slices Orochimaru in half. Not Orochimaru in half, slices Orochimaru's kunai in half, including his hand. And Orochimaru's like, "Wait, what?" And basically Naruto's pulling a Levi versus when Levi destroyed the Beast Titan. The Beast Titan got fucked. That was one of the best fights in AOT. Anywho, I was about to say Akame got killed. Anywho, now Naruto then literally cuts Orochimaru's head off, but of course that was a substitution. Orochimaru still had his hand cut off, but then he actually used his left hand. His right hand got cut, and he used his left hand to summon those poison snakes. And Naruto literally letting them bite him. Naruto literally just looks at Orochimaru and then says, "This will be your end, whoever you are." And of course, as he says that, he lets out lightning from his body, and literally Orochimaru gets electrocuted, and Naruto then jumps up in the air. Naruto still bleeding, and he's been poisoned. Literally says, "This will be your end." And as he says that, he summons another katana, one that Kakashi bought him. Yes, literally Kakashi bought him a new one, saying that maybe he should use this one because that one is pretty old. And Naruto's like, "No, it's fine, it's more than enough." And that katana was actually really good, even though it was an old version. It was actually made by one of the best blacksmiths out there. I don't know, like the skin blacksmith. I'm joking. That is one kind of dead anime, not gonna lie, but I still liked it. But anywho, compared to the some animes I've watched, yeah. Anywho, now of course, Orochimaru wasn't expecting Naruto to get another sword out, and basically he's like, "That's not going to be enough, you little brat." And of course, as he says that, he was about to go all out and just kill Naruto on the spot, but Naruto pulled an origami, literally double slicing the air, and an X scissor. I'm joking, but of course he sliced twice in the air, and a massive X was flying towards Orochimaru top speed, and Orochimaru was like, "What the hell is that?" And of course Orochimaru realized that he should dodge, but for some reason he can't move anymore because of the paralysis that finally kicked in. Orochimaru had some sort of resistance against paralysis, but Naruto's paralysis isn't that weak, and basically finally kicked in, and Orochimaru got annihilated. But in the end, Orochimaru still had some chakra to reverse summoning jutsu himself to Kabuto somewhere else, and then somewhere somewhere that he's safe. And in the end, just he used he actually switched body with someone else. Anywho, after this, Naruto took his team to the nearest big ass tree and literally just rested there. And yeah, Naruto still being injured, bleeding, both of his teammates literally being on the ground, pretty much half near death. I'm joking, but anywho, after getting to the massive ass tree, Naruto and his team rest for a while until that's where I'm gonna end off. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. You thought I was going to continue? Well, we're gonna get a 2-hour video next week, or next week, tomorrow. But anywho, hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was King of Weebs here, and I hope you all enjoy your day. Don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Miniman123, my friend Hxmesh, and also my second channel, The King of Noobs. And don't forget to follow Shoker on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord server, link in the description below. And one more thing, Black Friday is coming up, and some people have actually done a bit of madnesses. Yeah, they have an unpaid, they have booked, no, well, not booked, but of course they added something to their bag, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna buy it. And of course, from Beautiful Halo, link in the description. Use my link to sign up and buy something, and don't forget to use code MEME for 5% off on your next $49 plus order, and 10% off if it's $99 plus. But anyway, of course, Black Friday is coming up, Christmas is coming up. You want to get a gift for your girlfriend, you want to get gifts for your friends, family, if they are anime fans, or you can get anything from Beautiful Halo, to be honest. But anyway, if you want to get them something, you can get it there for pretty cheap prices. And plus, the since Black Friday and Christmas are coming up, there's going to be a lot of sales. And plus, right now there's lockdown, even though lockdown ends on December 2nd, if you're in the UK. Anywho, you can get some good quality anime merch there, and also other things, but of course for me it's just anime apparel. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was King of Weebs, and peace.